Hi, I'm Sean. A very warm welcome to my channel. This is your weekly astrology starting Monday the 13th, and wow, this week is both a little misty and fiery at the same time. We've got a dreamy Mars-Neptune conjunction, a bold new moon in Aries, and a 7-planet stellium, which is basically the cosmos shouting at us. Please see my video on this unusual stellium. So listen to my intro, and then scroll down for your sun, moon, and rising sign. This week, we will feel quite motivated, but also sometimes a little hazy. It will be a bit like you wake up wanting to change your life, but you haven't had coffee yet and you're not sure how or why. There's big energy, but it's not fully focused yet. So if things feel foggy and chaotic, you're not wrong, you're in process. Let's use the word journey, and there's plenty of excitement too. This is a week for using your intuition instead of logic, and don't make any final decisions this week. Let's go on and look at the week. So on Monday we have Mars conjunct Neptune. I'm calling this action meets imagination. Mars is how we act. Neptune is dreams, intuition, confusion, fantasy. When they get together, motivation becomes slippery. Let's think how this might show up. You want to do something, but don't know where to start. You're fired up emotionally, but physically tired. Plans dissolve, schedules change, or motivation comes in waves. A quick example. You open your laptop, ready to work, but instead, you start daydreaming or planning the holiday you can't really afford. Then on Friday, we have a new moon in Aries. I did make a video on this. This new moon is a fresh start, but needs your courage. It's all about initiation, bravery, and choosing yourself, even if your voice shakes as you do it. New moons are always about planting seeds, and this one asks you to plant a bold, honest seed around what you want to begin next. Aries energy doesn't wait for permission or perfect timing. It simply says, I'm doing this because I want to. You don't need the full plan yet, just a spark of desire, a quiet yes in your body, and the willingness to take one brave first step and let the seed grow in its own time. Hi Aries. The new moon in Aries activates your first house, which is all about identity, confidence, and fresh personal beginnings. For you, this means a powerful reset. Who you are, how you show up, and what you're ready to initiate can all shift this week. New moons are about planting seeds, so you should plant a seed around self-belief, courage, or a new personal direction. At the beginning of the week, we have a Mars-Neptune conjunction, so the energy may play out as feeling driven yet a little unsure, inspired, but not fully clear on direction. Trust instinct over force. Have a great week. Hi Taurus, the new moon in Aries lights up your 12th house, the part of your chart linked to rest, release, intuition, and healing behind the scenes. For you, this means a quiet new beginning that happens internally first. New moons are about planting seeds, so plant one around rest, forgiveness, or letting go of an old emotional pattern. At the beginning of the week, Mars conjunct Neptune may heighten sensitivity and blur boundaries, making rest very important for you. Have a wonderful week. Hi Gemini, the new moon in Aries activates your 11th house, ruling friendships, community, goals, and the future you're working toward. For you, this means new visions and renewed motivation around what comes next. New moons are about planting seeds, so plant one around a goal, a social connection, or a future dream. Early in the week, Mars conjunct Neptune may bring mixed signals in group dynamics, so be inspired, but don't overcommit. Have a great week. Hi Cancer, the new moon in Aries falls in your 10th house of career, ambition, and visibility. For you, this signals a fresh chapter around work or leadership. New moons are about planting seeds, so plant one around career direction, confidence in your authority, or long-term ambition. At the beginning of the week, Mars conjunct Neptune can cloud motivation, so you might notice that pushing yourself harder doesn't actually get better results. For example, you may sit down determined to be productive, only to feel tired, distracted, or emotionally flat. This is a signal to lead with intuition rather than pressure. Resting, checking in with how you feel, or adjusting expectations may actually bring more clarity than forcing action. Have a wonderful week. Hi Leo, the new moon in Aries activates your 9th house of travel, learning, beliefs, and expansion. For you, this brings a desire to grow beyond familiar limits. New moons are about planting seeds, so plant one around learning, exploration, teaching, or a new philosophy about life. Early in the week, Mars conjunct Neptune softens your direction, but heightens your inspiration, so you may feel more drawn to follow what excites you than what's strictly productive. For example, you might sit down to work and instead get lost in a creative idea, a daydream, or a playful conversation. And that's actually where the magic is. Let imagination be your compass rather than rigid plans. Inspiration is showing you the way forward, even if it feels unstructured right now. Have a great week. Hi Virgo, the new moon in Aries lights up your 8th house, connected to intimacy, emotional depth, shared resources, and transformation. For you, this can feel intense but empowering. New moons are about planting seeds, so plant one around trust, emotional honesty, or reclaiming personal power. At the beginning of the week, Mars conjunct Neptune can blur boundaries and make it harder for you to analyze or fix things in your usual way. For example, you might want clear answers in an emotional or financial situation, but instead feel uncertain or sensitive. This isn't a time to overthink or force solutions. It's about sitting with honesty, noticing what feels right in your body, and allowing insight to emerge gradually. Trust that clarity will come when it's meant to. Have a wonderful week. Hi Libra, the new moon in Aries activates your 7th house of relationships and commitments. For you, this brings a reset in how you approach partnerships. New moons are about planting seeds, so plant one around healthier relationship dynamics, clear boundaries, or new connections. At the beginning of the week, Mars conjunct Neptune can blur your signals, so keep communication gentle and grounded. Have a great week. Hi Scorpio, the new moon in Aries focuses your 6th house, which governs daily routines, work habits, and well-being. For you, this is a chance to change the way you structure your days. New moons are about planting seeds, so plant one around health, routines, or a more sustainable pace of life. Early in the week, Mars conjunct Neptune may lower your energy levels, making rest just as productive as action. Have a wonderful week. Hi Sagittarius, the new moon in Aries activates your 5th house of creativity, romance, joy, and self-expression. For you, this is fun, passionate energy. New moons are about planting seeds, so plant one around creative projects, pleasure, romance, or playful self-expression. Early in the week, Mars conjunct Neptune supports your wild imagination more than structure. Follow inspiration and believe in your imagination. Have a great week. Hi Capricorn, the new moon in Aries lands in your 4th house, linked to home, family, emotional foundations, and security. For you, this is about strengthening your inner base. New moons are about planting seeds, so plant one around home, belonging, or emotional safety. At the beginning of the week, Mars conjunct Neptune can bring emotional sensitivity, so honor your need for comfort and rest. Have a wonderful week. Hi Aquarius, the new moon in Aries activates your 3rd house of communication, ideas, learning, and daily interactions. For you, this sparks fresh ways of thinking and speaking. New moons are about planting seeds, so plant one around communication, writing, learning, or new conversations. At the beginning of the week, Mars conjunct Neptune can blur boundaries and make it harder for you to analyze or fix things in your usual way. For example, you might want clear answers in an emotional or financial situation, but instead feel uncertain or sensitive. This isn't a time to overthink or force solutions. It's about sitting with honesty, noticing what feels right in your body, and allowing your insight to emerge gradually. Trust that your clarity will come when it's meant to. Have a wonderful week. Hi Pisces, the new moon in Aries lights up your 2nd house, ruling income, self-worth, and personal values. For you, this is about redefining what you deserve. New moons are about planting seeds, so plant one around money, self-esteem, or valuing your time and energy. Early in the week, Mars conjunct Neptune may heighten sensitivity and blur certainty, so you might feel motivated one moment and unsure the next. For example, you may feel inspired to make a financial decision or assert your worth, then immediately question yourself or feel overwhelmed. This isn't indecision. It's intuition asking you to slow down. Instead of pushing for answers, trust that clarity grows when you honor your feelings and your value first. Have a wonderful week. Full